So before it goes up, I want to acknowledge the people who are doing the work here. And Jim Smith from Clemens, come on up here for a minute, Jim, is the site superintendent. And he manages everything that's going on here. And we have, I don't know how many labor unions. We have laborers, steel workers, carpenters, electricians, plumbers here. Yeah, and they're really doing a great job. And I think a lot of that has to do with Jim's leadership. Jim has also become a fundraiser, and that when we bring visitors here, he gives them tours. He asked Mike Moran for $1 million.
He said, no, not him.
Yeah.
We started in October of this year. The biggest thing we had to do was repair the warehouse. The warehouse was built in 1905. It was a former tricycle factory. Because of the water damage in the building, we had to replace a lot of the beams and the flooring, and that was quite a task because the beams themselves weigh over 1,500 pounds, and you have to put them in by hand, so that's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So we concentrated on that area. Once the contracts were signed for the various contractors, we had a site contractor. This 7-acre site used to be the remnants of old factories and roads and stuff, so we cleared that area, ground up all the recyclable concrete so we can use it again on site. Same thing inside the warehouse. We reclaimed a lot of the old beams, and we'll be cutting them up and using them in the new project. So we're very sensitive to that. We had a unique winter, one that I have never seen in my career, and that goes back to 1974. We had 7 inches of rain in February, 4 nor'easters, not just cute little snowstorms, but nor'easters in the first 20 days of March. So, but I credit the men, they persevered. We pumped a lot of water. So we got the foundations done, got the basement dug, got the basement formed and placed. And this is the culmination of the phase 1 steel erection. We started steel erection about 10 days ago. So they're doing very well. A little bit of the history of the beam, a little bit of symbolism. American flag, obviously we're Americans. The construction trades are pretty down-to-earth, salt-of-the-earth men and women who work in construction. So they're pretty patriotic. The tree on the side goes back to the old days when buildings were made of wood, kind of like the timbers in our warehouse, is the fact that we are giving honor to the forest for giving us the material to build the project. So that's where the tree comes in. So once I get the connectors in place, which they will be shortly, you have 2 connectors up on the steel. I have 2 ground men who will rig the beam. Remember, undo the clamps so we can raise up the horses. But this is a big deal in construction, and we'll have another one of these when we do phase 2. We'll paint another steel beam white, and we'll do the flag and the Christmas tree. Getting a Christmas tree this time of year is not easy. Had to go to Lowe's. So that's it. So once I get my connectors in place, what I would ask you to do is kind of back up to that area over there. Sure, and well, hang on a second. John wants to add one thing, but again, thank you for coming today, and good luck and Godspeed.
I thought he didn't want to say that.
Thank you. Yeah, you're pretty good for a guy who didn't want to say anything. So there's one more thing I forgot to say. This project, you can sort of tell today, is loud. This project is dirty. It's not just dirty where we're standing, but it's dirty in the air. It's loud, and it's a nuisance for our good neighbors in the neighborhood. And some of them are here. And we appreciate you putting up with us. And I think in exchange, what we're going to have here is a beautiful site with lots of green trees, and 5 years from now, we'll forget how loud and how dirty this really is. So thank you so much to our neighbors. Okay, so I guess now we're going to have a steel show.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.